Hey, welcome back to Pharmacist on Call, your 1 hour forum. Your doctors are busy, your pharmacists are busy. They don't have time. For this hour, I do. So call in with those questions. Just wanted to briefly give you new viewers, because as is always the case, someone is just now catching the show for the first time. Wanted to kind of let you know what you're watching. This show sprang out of a show called Open Line, which I used to do as a guest expert as the pharmacist with Kristen Presall and Rory Johnson to some extent, where I would come on monthly and answer questions and give a little health information. We did that for about a year. And because of your support of that show, News Channel 5 Plus offered me the opportunity where I focus primarily on your questions and answering your questions and giving out health information. So we've been doing this for, I think in April, it will be the second season, so we'll be coming up on our third season in April. So I wanted to thank you all for your support of the show. I did want to touch on something that was asked on the last show by, I believe, actually it was Thelma, and she mentioned something about metformin being a life-extending drug. So I looked at that a little bit. I'm going to have to really delve into that much more. But from what I read, A, metformin is a really old drug, which I did not know. B, that it has been shown to be very effective in extending the lifespan of people who do not have diabetes. So I believe that the FDA is just now giving its approval to take a look at that, which really surprises me. But what the basis is that metformin is slowing disease progression in people who do not have diabetes. So what they're saying, it has sort of an anti-aging or an age slowing effect. So that means that people who would normally develop cancer, it appears in some of these studies that compared to other drugs, like I believe they compared it to glyburide, that cancer risk was decreased. And as you know, in diabetics, there is increased cancer risk. So we're going to take a look at metformin and see what they wind up doing with that. It looks like there's some promise there. Just to let you know how the drug works in and of itself, it decreases hepatic output of glucose. It also increases glucose absorption into the muscles, or glucose uptake, but it also increases insulin sensitivity. So that means that those cells in your body that have been desensitized to insulin no longer work. They are now being sensitized where insulin is now effective. So we're going to take a look at metformin again, but it looks like it does show some promise in slowing down aging, slowing down disease progression. So you all check that out too and let me know what you think. We've got a caller here, so it looks like we've got Jane on line 1. Jane, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Hi.
Hi.
I have a question. I started having these episodes pretty randomly where I'd have swollen lips and even like swelling in my throat. I've been to see an allergist. I've been to see my primary care. The allergist doesn't think that it's an allergy, but thinks that it could be something else, something like hereditary angioedema, which neither of my parents have. I just kind of wondered what your take was on it. I'm on a lot of antihistamines, and my allergist prescribed another one, and the pharmacist I saw when I picked the medicine up said, "Whoa, that's a lot." So I wanted your opinion on it.
Okay, so when did this begin?
About October. It happened once, and I just kind of brushed it off. The throat swelling happened again in November. It's been continuing ever since.
Okay, and were you outside? Were you doing something?
No, it just happens randomly. I thought it was an allergy because I had an allergy panel done, but nothing really sprung up that was alarming.
Yeah, so that sounds like anaphylaxis to me. Especially when you tell me the throat is closing and all of that. So does it resolve itself, or does it require medical attention?
It's never fully closed. I've been able to breathe each time. I went to the ER the first time that my throat did swell, though. But I took a Benadryl, and it went down. But I mean, now I'm on Allegra and Benadryl every day, and it's just something that's happening that I want to get rid of.
So since October, how often has it happened? And it is an allergy, by the way.
It's happened pretty much every day since November. It happened once in October and kind of went away and resolved itself, and then happened again in November. It's just been continual since I've been on the allergy medication.
So did your doctor at any point mention maybe the use of short-term steroids like methylprednisolone or Medrol-Dose-Pak?
I've taken 2 packs of those since the episodes have been happening.
Now, are you from the area?
Yes, sir.
That is really odd. And so you can't think of anything that might trigger this, a pet, your exposure to a different environment?
No, and the pet allergy was really low. It was a class 2, I would think, in the blood allergy test. My allergist is testing to see if it is showing as hereditary angioedema type 3.
What would that be?
But that's really rare.
So what would even if it were angioedema? So I would expect triggers like maybe in the ACE inhibitor family, those trigger angioedema. So what is he saying the trigger is? Okay, it looks like we lost a caller, but a very interesting call. I am pretty much clueless. The allergist is probably going to have more information than I have. I'm sure he's run blood tests and allergy panel. But yeah, it's clearly that you do have an allergy to something, and that's because you tell me that when you take the antihistamines, which are produced by your immune system in response to an allergen, that you do get some measure of relief. So what the antihistamines do, the Benadryls, the Allegras, the Claritins, and the Zyrtecs, they stop your body's immune response. So histamine is your body saying, hey, there's something in here that doesn't belong, and we're going to go crazy to get it out of here. We're going to raise your temp. We're going to make you itch. We're going to do everything. But what the antihistamines do is tell the body to calm down and not react, causing you that discomfort. I tell you what, when you find out what that is, either call into the show or give us a call at the store. That's very interesting. All right, looks like we've got another caller here. We've got John on line 2. John, welcome to Pharmacist-on-Call. How may we help you?
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Please. This is Latuda. I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Yes, sir.
They have been shorting my medicine where I'm at.
Uh-huh.
They filled the prescriptions. It was supposed to be 600 milligrams of that gabapentin a day.
Yes, sir.
And I got it filled on the 23rd, and I'm already out on the 6th. And there's nobody in here in the house that's stealing my pills. So I don't know what to do to make up for it, because if I don't get my gabapentin, it affects me. It affects my depression. It makes my depression better. Mm-hmm. And I just wondering what you can do, because I called the pharmacist and they said I couldn't get it filled till the 21st.
Okay. Did they write on your bag that they owe you any pills, that they shorted you? Did they give you any kind of indication that they shorted you?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I didn't count them.
Oh, no. I mean, did they write on the bag, hey, we only gave you 100 out of 150, I guess that would be?
They didn't do that.
Okay. So it looks like,
They put the 150 on there.
Okay. Did you get to speak with the pharmacy manager?
Yeah, I did, but they acted like there wasn't anything I could do to wait till the 21st. So now I'm stuck, and I'm half in one pill. I take a half in the morning, and I take a half in the evening to try to have enough stuff to get me through the day. And it's not doing a good job.
How many pills do you have left?
I've got approximately 5.
Okay, yeah, it's not going to carry you. What you could do is see if the pharmacy manager will call your insurance company to do like an override, a one-time override, and he can probably explain the situation that it appears that you've been shorted. Or you could call the insurance company yourself and see that they will give you a one-time override to allow an early refill.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know where to start with the phone calls.
Sir?
I don't know where to start with the phone calls. You said call the insurance, and then you said about
the manager of the pharmacy. See if he can call on your behalf. You say, hey, I have a patient here. It appears that he's been shorted on his gabapentin or he's out early for whatever reason. Would you grant him a one-time override so that he can feel early?
Okay. Because this is the second time it's happened.
Okay.
They put it in a real tall bottle,
Yes, sir.
and I've not been taking 5 a day. I've been taking 4 a day. I went down because I felt like it was doing the job at 4. So I should have some left, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Should have 30 left at the end of the month. But anyway, I'm going to go on to something else right quick. I appreciate that, and at least it gives me an idea on what to do because I'm in kind of a tough situation.
And if they can't help you, then give me a call, and I guess worst case scenario, I'll transfer it and call your insurance and get it filled early for you. But make sure you're counting your pills when you leave the pharmacy, since this happens to be an issue.
Yeah, they deliver them to me.
Okay.
One other question.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all ever do the marijuana show?
Yeah, we actually did it twice. We did it twice, but it appears the viewers didn't really want to discuss it. So
I know I heard everybody else calling in with every kind of ailments and wanting that fixed.
yeah. But we did 2 marijuana shows, factoring that.
Nothing was said about it, really.
I know, and I wanted you all to basically give your input and your testimonies about the benefit. Now, most people came to the store or called me and told me the health benefits of it, so I guess they didn't really want to say it, on air for whatever reason. Have you found any benefit from the drug itself?
Yeah, man. I've been in the hospital 53 times for depression, and I suffer from very extreme anxiety.
Okay. And so you found benefit from using it?
Yeah, and I use just a little bit of it.
Okay.
And I can smoke a half a joint and practically need no medicine at all.
Now, how long does that effect last?
You mean from the half a joint?
Yeah, so when it kind of calms you down that you're not needing the Latuda and the other medications, how long does that effect last, the therapeutic benefit?
Say that again.
How long would it be after you, ingested the marijuana that you would need medication? How long would the effect last that you were kind of settled down?
Well, that's hard to tell because each one of them pops up at a different time.
Okay.
That I know I need that medicine. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
And but anyway, it makes it so much easier for me to get through the day. I get things done. I'm not worried about stuff it's just crazy, man. But anyway, I just want to touch on that. I know I've been on the phone a long time. But listen, I really appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you.
I think you're a cool dude.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, cool.
And I want you to have a great evening, all right? And I'll be calling you back.
Yes, sir. All right, John. You have a good evening.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, everyone, stay right there. We are up on a break. We'll be back in a minute.